this video, we're going to take a look at the Elite Technology Solutions Group website. So we're going to start out by just going to the URL, and then we're going to add /wp-admin to the end of the URL. Here it's going to take us to a login page. You'll put in your username and password combination that was sent to you. If you've lost that, don't have that, or need it reset, just let us know. We can get that reset and sent to you. And that's super easy for us. So just let us know if you need that resent or reset, and we can do that for you. So once you get logged in, you'll see this screen. There are a few items here in the middle that you can look through if you'd like, but they aren't really the pieces that build your site or keep your site functioning. And so I am just going to talk through these items here in the left-hand black column and kind of just work our way down through the items that are most important and talk about how they are utilized on your site. So we'll just go ahead and start here first with updates. Updates are your WordPress theme and the plugins used on your site. We actually, for all of our clients, go through and update these regularly. So if you never want to worry about this, you don't have to. I like to just point it out what it is, since it has this little number here and it looks like maybe it might be something that needs your attention. So basically you can select them all and update the plugins. I'm not going to do it right now, or you can update your WordPress theme. But like I said, we go through do this regularly for all of our clients, and it's not necessary for you to pay attention to if you don't want to. But if you see that and want to take care of it, you're more than welcome to. Moving down to the next one is posts. This is just a functionality that's built into your site to allow for blog posts. So if you ever find yourself wanting to create a blog post or get that set up on your site, just let us know. We'll go ahead and get that set up and make sure it's styled and everything looks okay. But we'll just kind of skip over it for now since it currently isn't in use. The next item is this media library. So basically all of your images, or if you had any PDFs, would be housed here. So all of these images can be selected. I can look at them. I can edit the image. So that means I can crop it or rotate it. I can flip it, those different items. I can scale it, change the size of it. Those kinds of different things can be done right here on WordPress if I need to, and then I would just click save if I made any of those changes. Another important piece is that each image has its own specific URL, and so sometimes it's important to know what that URL is if you need to link to an image. Sometimes you need to, sometimes you don't, but there's that URL just so that you have it and know where it is. Just wanted to bring that up. And if you want to add new media, you'll just click add new here, or you can click add new here, and it'll bring up a window for you to either select or drop files into. As you're creating pages or doing whatever you need on your site, you will be given a button to add things to your media library from there. So you don't actually have to come right here to do it, but I just like to go over it just quickly. So next up, we'll take a look at forms. This is what's creating that form on your homepage. In the center there, talking about get started today. So actually, both this copy and these fields are edited from here. So this get started today form is the only form that's active on your site. I went ahead and deactivated this older one, and we'll just start here. And so if I click on this, it's going to take me to where I can edit the form. So if I click edit, it takes me to all these different fields. So from here, I can do a few different things. I can rearrange these fields if I want to drag and rearrange what order they're in. They can be dragged if I click and drag them. I can make them decollapse so that I can see the rest of the label. I can make it a required field. Those different items here. I can duplicate this field if I would like, if that's going to be easier for me, or I can delete this field. Now, if I delete a field, all of the data associated with that item is going to be deleted. So everything that's in the entries will be deleted. So just want to be careful as we delete fields to be sure that we don't need them. So let's say we want to add a new field. So if I click address here, it's going to show up all the way at the bottom. If I drag it, I can actually drag it wherever I would like it to go. But since it's already here, let's take a look, and you'll notice that the field label is above the item here and it's inside the item here, and that's actually done through this appearance tab. So you can see the field label is address. If I go to appearance, you can see that the field visibility is visible, and if I want to make it hidden, that's what I'll need to do to make it look just like these other fields. So I'll make that hidden, and then I'll use the placeholder street address and just type whatever I want to be in that placeholder. So for this, for instance, field label is message, and under appearance, the placeholder is also message, and the field label visibility is hidden. So that's how you do that. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Again, it gives you this warning, and I'm going to go ahead and delete it because we don't need it. So if you want to add other fields or create other forms, it basically follows all those same rules. So if you want to add a new form, you can click new form here, or yeah, that's where the button would be to add a new form. So if I click update, that saves all my changes, and then I can add a new form if I'd like by dragging and dropping these to the appropriate place. So if I go to settings, I'm going to go ahead and leave. I don't need to save my changes. This is where this copy is located that's showing up here on this front page. So get started today is the form title, and then you've got this copy about your business here. So this can be edited by typing in whatever you'd like here. And if you make any changes, you'll just want to make sure you scroll all the way down to update form settings and click update so that you can save these changes. The other thing that you can look through are the confirmations. So this is what just pops up when somebody submits a form. What pops up right here when they submit would be just this quick lingo here. And if you want to edit this, you're more than welcome to. You just click Save Confirmation. You can change the size of the text here. You can bold, italicize, bullet, align it however you want, hyperlink it however you want. All of those options are available to you here. You can also click on notifications. Here is where you find the email where these forms are going to. So every time this form is submitted, it goes to this email. If I want to add multiple, I can just separate them by a comma and add an additional email there. The only thing to note here besides that is that we like to keep the from email from the same URL domain. So the same domain is where it's sending from. Otherwise, we tend to run into a few issues here and there. So this part doesn't really matter. This part does matter. We want to keep this the same as the domain it's sending from. And it just goes ahead and sends all fields, so nothing to really edit there. But if you change any notifications or add a different notification, you'll just click update. And your entries are housed here. So if I want to view the form entries, I can click entries here, and it's going to take me to view all of them, and I can click on it and view all of the content right here. I can also resend the notification for this form. So I can either click send to, or it'll just send it right to the appropriate email. So you can resend these notifications if you want to get this specific field the way this should have ended up in your inbox, or you can't find it in your inbox, you can send it again through this button. I can also import or export all of my entries. So I'll just select whichever form I want. I can select all the fields or select which ones I want, click a date range or put no date range and get all the entries exported into a CSV file for me. So it's a really nice way to do that, to export just the form entries. Don't need to export or import actual forms. That would just be from another WordPress site or to another WordPress site, which don't really need to use. So the entries is kind of the main piece there. So that pretty much covers all of that information about forms. So we'll talk next about pages, and this is where we can talk about what else is on your homepage. And so obviously this is edited through Gravity Forms, which we just showed you. If I go here, we'll see that this homepage is your former homepage, not in use currently. So this one marked and delineated as front page will be the one we want to look at. So we'll click on it. And what you'll notice once we get in here are that each section of your homepage shows a little decollapsible or collapsible section. So in the first section, we just have short code. It's the short code for the homepage slider, for this revolution slider, which creates this nice graphic here. So it's not actually edited through that page, just a short code. Same goes for the Gravity form, which is the next section. Again, it's just short code. Let's say you want to add a form somewhere else. I would click this add form button and select the form. And then I would either choose to display or not display the form title and description. And here we're going to choose to display them because we're using the description and the title. And we'll click insert form. And it inserts the form short code for us. But obviously we've already got it, so we don't need it there. Next section is the complete MSP services, this kind of shorter section right here. So you'll see that there's an image and a color overlay in the background. So if I go to the background If I ever want to change out this image, I would just click this X and it's going to take me to the media library where I can replace that image. As I scroll down, I can adjust any of these items, but you'll notice that the background color is this yellow color. And so if I ever want to use this code, I can use this throughout the site, other places, if I just copy and paste it. I can also adjust the color tone by dragging this finder here up or down, and I can change and adjust the opacity by dragging this color piece right here up or down a little bit. So not going to mess with it too much, just since we're not working on it, it's good to go. But you'll see you can edit this copy here if you ever want to change that out to say something different. You can edit that. And beneath it, you'll find, again, shortcode. This is your little services sections here on the home page, and those are actually edited through a pod called services, which is this item right here with the thumbtack, which we'll talk about next. So if you ever want to add, let's say you want to add another section to your home page, I'll show you how to do that. And then these items at the header and footer are edited elsewhere. So let's just add a pretend, just for the sake of it, section. So let's say I wanted to add a page section at the very end. So I want to center this. Let's say I want to center it. I want to give it a larger appearance, and so I want to center everything. So let's go ahead and center everything. And I want to just let's do a white background for now. And I want to create a button that links somewhere else. So let's say we want to hyperlink this to an external page or to a page on our site. So we'll say, and then I'll format it as a button, and I'll go ahead and click update, and then we'll refresh the home page and see what it looks like. So looks okay. Kind of blends in with this area above it because they both have a white background. So something I might want to do is think about adding either a color background or a picture in the background like this one. So if I want to grab that color back from this background here, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to copy and paste this, and let's see if we use this color what it looks like. I think it's not going to look good, but I kind of just wanted to show you just for the sake of showing you. So let's go ahead and look. Okay, so obviously this is the same color, so it doesn't look great. So let's talk about, let's put an image back there and see if a different image might look better. So let's try this. And let's see if that looks a little better. Probably not, because the copy is still going to be the same color. So let's take a look. Yeah, definitely not good. So let's see. Maybe if we can make this text white, it will look better. So let's say we want to do white text, and let's see if that appears better. And this is just to kind of show you what it looks like. So there we go. Looks a little better. The button kind of blends in, so maybe I want to choose a different color overlay or just something different to put in the background. But this kind of just shows you how to add additional content. So if you decide you want that to go in a different spot on the site, these sections can be collapsed, and then you can just drag them so I can interchange them wherever I want them to go. So obviously we don't want this background section, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it because we don't want it. And then I'm going to click update just to make sure we have the right stuff on the home page and I don't have any funky stuff left over. So great, looks great. So let's say you want to add a new page on the inside of your site, something to link to from the home page. So we can either click add new here or here. So I'll click add new. We'll give the page a title, and you'll want to click add element, page group, and then you've got your section here where you can start adding those little sections. And then you can do what we just did by changing out the background, the spacing, and then I can give this whatever name I want, and once I click publish, it'll give it a URL as well. I can also save it as a draft if I would like, so I can save the whole page as a draft without publishing it if I want to just work on it a little bit. And I can also do, you can do 50% sections. 50% sections would be a side-by-side option. So I could do 50% and then do another 50%, and then it would kind of take up half of the space there. Again, we can change out those colors, we can change out the images, and I can type whatever I want here. So you can copy and paste it from a Word doc, or you can just type it right here. Can change the size, like I said, bold, italicize, bullet number. I can align it however I want. This allows me to hyperlink the text, or I can format it as a button or white text and add additional page sections as I might need. So I'll go ahead and leave this because we don't need to save that page, and I don't want to create too much clutter on your site, but I kind of just wanted to walk you through that in case you ever wanted to add additional items to your homepage or add additional pages. So as we move on, I'll skip past comments because we don't have comments enabled on your site for anything. We'll take a look at services with this little thumbtack. This is what creates these service sections on the homepage. So if I decide that I don't actually want one of these, I can delete it. If I click trash, it's going to show up in a folder up here, and I can restore it from here or delete it permanently. So typically that's the same way with anything on your site. It will let you know before you delete it permanently. But that's kind of just to show you that you can either restore or delete it again. Or if I want to just set it as a draft, I can select quick edit, and then I can make it a draft. And then it won't show up on the site, but I can bring it back later if I decide I want to. So let's take a look at one. With managed services, you've got the title here. And I'm going to scroll down. And here's my snippet. Here's what we've got showing up on the homepage. So this unfortunately is a little bit tricky and looks like you should paste the copy here, but you're actually going to paste it down here or type it right here. And you have all the same options for formatting as you have everywhere else. So same idea goes here. And it looks like we're only using the snippet. We're not using a full service. We're not using any internal pages. And then the image goes over here in featured image. And you would click update if you made any changes. So if you wanted to add additional services, the same idea kind of stands. Let's just look at one more. So to show you, you've got professional services here. Scroll all the way down, and then this snippet, we've got the copy here and our featured image here. So if we wanted to add a new one, we could click add new here or here. It's going to take us to a new one. I'll add the title. We're going to skip past this section, even though it looks like we should put copy there, and we'll skip all the way down here and put our snippet here. Then we'll slide back up to set a featured image, and it will open our media library where we can select and set, and then we would publish. And if I want to reorder these, I can reorder them just by dragging them. And then they should rearrange to where they should be. So that's everything for those items. They're already styled, so if you add a new one, they should just show up and appear correctly for you. So that's most of the homepage stuff. So let's take a look at a few more items as we scroll through the dashboard. WP Bruiser is a kind of like a security system that we have on your site. So we have it set up to give us notifications if anything funky or it looks like somebody's trying to maybe get into your site or things like that. Attempted hacking, we would get emails about. So that's kind of what helps us keep track of that. Genesis is your theme, nothing to look at here. Under appearance, this is where your header and footer content is located. So under appearance is this section called widgets, which houses this header stuff up here and then this footer stuff down here. So we want to take a look at it. Under header right here, we've got the image, which is the logo. It's linked to your homepage so that it can be used as a link. If I want to change this out, I would just click choose an image and it will open the media library for me, and I'll just make sure to click save anytime I make any changes. The menu is not actually edited through here, so that's just showing the main menu there. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for the header. So moving on to the footer. Footer 1, we've got this map here. So if you want to edit or adjust the map's settings, you can do that over here. So we'll skip through that right now. And under Visual Editor, here's where we've got kind of some of this copy that you may or may not want to edit. So this is an image that I can edit. If I click this little pencil, I can either remove it, or I can click this little pencil and change the size of it, change the alignment of it, or replace it with something else. And I've got the copy here. I've got my Google Maps as a hyperlink through this address, and then I've got my phone number hyperlinked as well. So if any of that information changes, you can come in here and click that and click Save. And yep, that's it for the footer. Your menu is located here also under Appearances. Right now, there's nothing I would think you would need to adjust, but we kind of have these anchor tags at the moment. So they're all set up already, but if you want to add something to the menu, you can add a custom link where I can paste my own link here and give it whatever title I want as the label, and I would just click Add to Menu and Save Menu, and it'll show up there. Plugins, again, this is what's used to create your site. So if you want to add additional plugins and want more information on that, just let us know. We can try to guide you to the appropriate ones or ones we might know something about. Under Users, this is where you can edit your password. So if I click on the admin role, I can scroll all the way down and set new password here. Once I set it, I'll click Update User. If you want to create a new user, you'll just click Add New here or Add New here, and then you'll just select a username, which I like to use emails as username. You also have to have an email to set up with the account. Then there'll be an option to select the role, and you can choose administrator if you want to give someone else admin access to your site. And if we move down, I'm going to skip over most everything else where I don't foresee you needing to change out the map on your website. If you do ever need to change it, just let us know and we can help with that. The only other thing I wanted to show you was on Slider Revolution. That's what creates that homepage imagery up here. So if we ever wanted to change out the copy, I'm going to click on this little pencil here and just show you where to select the copy to edit if you ever wanted to change it. So it's right here. If I want to change it, I'll just double click it and I can change out anything here. I can add additional content here. I could add a text box if I wanted to. I could just duplicate this text box that I've got and change and mess around with some of the style, so I can change the size of the font, the weight of the font, those kinds of things. But I just wanted to show you where that is, and if you make any changes you want to save, click Save here. But things mostly look pretty clean and pretty simple, so I don't foresee you wanting to change that out too much. I just wanted to show you where all that was located. So if you have additional questions, please reach out. Please let us know. We'll be happy to help you, but hopefully this will just get you started on making the appropriate and needed edits on your site. So thanks for working with us. Let us know if you have any other questions at all.